Again, sorry for that short little preview before we ended up hopping into the game. Had to do a quick little things with the settings to make sure everything was all wonderful, hunky-dory, and great. But hello and welcome back to the Mars Dota 2 League. We're taking a look at the CIS qualifiers. It is MEGA-LADA Esports facing off against Navi. Lyrical joined as well by Draskyl and Andy. We saw some shenanigans in the last game. Things were crazy.
Dire team back.
I'm glad that you put it as shenanigans. Because I wouldn't have probably put it the same way, but I will say that, you know, MEGA-LADA walk out of game one with a W, and really that's all that matters. So, we're moving on to game two. Same opening, it looks like. Okay, that's an Alchemist.
What?
They snap picked that. So either Lil is a little upset over game one, which is understandable, or they have a game plan. Kind of leaning towards the latter.
10 seconds.
But yeah, gyro opening here from MEGA-LADA. The Sand King is definitely a Navi classic. They've picked this hero like, I want to say almost every single game so far in the MDL qualifiers. But yeah, looking probably to change up their draft MEGA-LADA. They probably just were like, wow, I can't believe we got away with that. Let's actually pick some heroes this game.
Yeah, I'm with you. And, you know, no matter what, whether or not they had a game plan, I would say that Lil is upset, regardless of whatever else happened, because you know it hurts to lose when you're that far down behind. But also he's now in this position where he's becoming the captain. I think it seems like, at least, because Dendi was the one drafting. Now it's Lil drafting. MEGA-LADA take their time with their next pick. What do you think about Alchemist as a hero? Some people have been saying support is the way to go. Do you think that that's the route that they might want to go with?
So, I've seen high MMR players still trying the core Alchemist. It's had like some varying success. I'm not 100% sold on that, but I have seen support Alchemists do a ton of work. So you get the unstable concoction talent, which is like a -8 seconds or something ridiculous like that. And a lot of them just buy like meteor hammers and stuff and regular support items. And because you get so much money from bounty runes, you kind of get a lot more than some of the other position 4 heroes would normally.
Yeah.
And it just kind of allows you to...
5 seconds remaining.
It's almost like building like a nature's prophet, because you can just buy whatever you want because you're an alchemist support and it doesn't really matter what items you have, and you just get all this gold. And maybe eventually the game goes later and you can get someone an Aghanim. It's something that I've seen a lot, but I don't know how good it's going to be in a competitive environment.
And it feels like MEGA-LADA don't really know where to go with it either. They're really taking their time with these picks, trying to figure out what it is that, Navi might go up with next. Because Sand King doesn't really reveal much. Alchemist, in a way, does, but at the same time kind of doesn't. I guess maybe you want to get rid of some of those. Like, do you focus on taking out Ags heroes, or like focus?
No. I don't think you worry about that too much.
Okay.
I think you just probably try to stick to your game plan. Like, MEGA-LADA's opening is good. Like, Tusk and Gyro are probably 2 of the more favorable heroes in the patch right now. Like, I put Tusk as like one of the top 5 position 4 heroes easily. That hero's just ridiculously good right now because of his talents and his ability to pressure lanes. And he also has BKB lockdown.
Right.
Some position 4s don't offer you that, but Tusk does. So all that kind of just cohesion and high damage with the Gyro, good late game because of that pick as well. He's a lane ambiguous, so he can pretty much just go anywhere.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely solid. So, still potentially an Alch support because the Sand King can still be played by General. Later the draft goes, we'll definitely know for sure what role this Alchemist is going to be.
10
it
seconds
seems to me more likely now, though, that it might be the core with the Ancient Apparition ban.
5 seconds
again, that could be trying to throw off the scent too. Obviously, subterfuge, great thing. I think this is the first time I've seen Alchemist in this screen before, because when he was being played, it wasn't like this. I'm pretty sure this is the first like competitive Alch game I've seen in like forever.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in ages either. That's why I'm really curious as to what they're going to do with it.
Yeah,
I've seen support Alchs work pretty well,
yeah.
And I've seen core Alchs work pretty well. But when you open with it, it could just be a bait.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why you got to be careful.
Underlord, another one of those heroes of the patch, strong laner, good at keeping those creep waves shoved out and surviving in a lane. Maybe a little bit scary against the Witch Doctor, one of the better heroes at bringing him down with the Maledict.
I think that in the lane, Underlord actually suffers quite a bit against Witch Doctor for the reasons that you said. And yeah, it looks like we're going to be seeing the... Well, it still could be mid, actually.
Yeah.
Alchemist can pretty much do everything. He's kind of like old Doom, like pre-nerf Doom, where you used to see him in every single lane, every single role, just whatever, because it's Doom.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think Alchemist kind of fits kind of that same stereotype right now.
And MEGA-LADA, they're gonna run with the Terrorblade now, so a lot.
Dude, this is a really good draft for MEGA-LADA.
Yeah.
I think what they're doing right now is solid. They got the mid gyro, they got a good position 4 hero, so they have like a couple of moving parts so they can help other lanes if they need to.
10
really good late
remaining.
game. TV versus Luna matchup. Luna is countered by Terrorblade. Like there's no real way around it, right? Like you cast Reflection and you and your team get murdered by a Luna illusion. It happens.
Right.
But Luna can still like brute force it during the mid game, especially because she farms way faster than TV. So you kind of get ahead of the Terrorblade and you want to try to just like go win the game before the TV becomes too potent.
And now they take out a position 5 hero that's good in the laning stage, wanting to make sure that they can assert dominance over MEGA-LADA. And they now have a choice. What are we going to ban out? Mid hero? Are we going to ban out a position 4? Are we going to ban out a... I think those are pretty much the two.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, Navi know the mid matchup. AA's banned. So you're just wondering what the Alk's doing, really. Yeah. That's what the hesitation is for. They're like, do we ban a mid? Do we ban a 4 position?
I don't think there's many 4 positions that are gonna like change the dynamic of the game, so maybe just ban out a mid that has a good matchup against Gyro.
Radiant team.
And there it is, the Viper ban. Last ban 2 games in a row.
Alright. Well, we'll see if they...
So they're definitely leaning towards support Elk.
Yeah. Yeah, and now to round out their draft, could do something like a Dazzle or an Oracle, like a save type of hero.
5 seconds remaining.
Do they need it though? Is a question.
I guess it's always good with Terrorblade, but maybe you don't with.
They do kind of lack catch. That's the one thing. Like Snowball's okay, but it's very heavy commitment. Maybe a Blink Carrier.
Oh.
Okay, I'm digging the Wyvern. That's a good one.
Wow.
He is a Blink Carrier. He's got BKB Piercing Disable as well. And he's real good at just like, when you're playing against Luna lineups, if you get a Winter's Curse on someone with a Luna on their team, the Luna will shred their teammate. Like you just die. So it's a really solid pick. I like that one a lot. Rounds up the lineup nicely. They got a ton of wave clear too. Like 4 of their heroes can kill waves crazy fast, and then TB obviously can push them out pretty decently as well with the illusions.
I'm not gonna lie. It's looking really, really good for MEGA-LADA. Oh no.
It's a really good draft for sure. It's not that Navi's is like bad. The only part that we don't really know for sure what's gonna happen yet is the Alk.
Yeah.
But the rest of the heroes that they have are still strong. And I feel like they still can win team fights. They're gonna have a Blink Sand King, they're gonna have like Eclipse and all that good stuff. Eventually we potentially see the Witch Doctor Aghanims come out as well, because you do have the Alk. There's always potential. Like you mentioned the Aghanims carriers and like picking them.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's why they picked these particular 4 heroes together, but it is something that you can also keep in mind.
Right.
Like their lanes are still pretty alright. Like Sand King's a good laner. Luna's meh, but she's gonna have a Witch Doctor support and potentially a position 4 Alk. Okay, yeah, it is 4 Alchemists. So Pugna mid. And I'm ready. I'm ready to see what Lil does with this, because I've seen very, very few Alk competitive games in a 4 position.
I'm not gonna lie, to me, like that long time taking their last hero, the like snap pick early on, and then like slowly it takes longer and longer to figure out what they want to do with it. It doesn't inspire a ton of confidence. I don't know how much you can read into like the dynamics of how people are feeling about the draft based off how long they're taking to pick it, but at least to me, I'm really favoring MEGA-LADA's draft here in this one.
I don't know. I think the Pugna is definitely a solid choice, because I mentioned earlier about how the Luna wants to play a fast game against TV, because the later the game goes, the harder the matchup gets. But in this type of scenario, you can actually push the towers down super fast. Like you got Luna to push, and you got Pugna for high ground too. And normally I would say with just Luna, it would be difficult to break MEGA-LADA's high ground, because, there's so much spam. There's like Underlord, Wyvern, even Tusk and Gyro can offer their own forms of wave clear to protect the tier 3s. But Pugna is one of those heroes where if you just get the Ether Lens, you can blast a tower, and it's really hard to stop him. Because what's your pure initiation? Are you just going to go out and curse him? Or are you going to snowball into the Pugna and like try to stop him from blasting the tower? It's like a non-committal siege, which is really good against these heroes that want to spam the waves.
Yeah, definitely. And that's something we're going to have to keep our eyes on, is like if they're able to find that initiation, because it does definitely feel like you're saying that they're going to be able to control a lot of the map early if they get off to a nice start. I guess that's the other thing, is watching how these lanes work out, and if anybody comes away with like a severe outlaning in the early stages of it. But a smoke out, they're going to try and get some wards down, get a little bit of vision, see what they're up against. And Navi on the brink of elimination here. MEGA-LADA looking to take down one of the giants in the region.
Yeah, I'm really excited to watch this game because I think that MEGA-LADA come into game 2 with a lot of momentum. They're feeling real good about that win. And I mean, their draft is just, it's way better than the last games in my opinion. Like, just from the perspective of being able to take fights and win your lanes. Like, let's think about this for a second, Gabe. They just won a game where they lost all 3 of their lanes with a Spectre on their team. They lost all 3 lanes. They had no towers outside of their base at 20 minutes, and they won.
Yeah. Orbit's feeling it. He's with you. He's feeling the love. And if you can do that, I mean, you feel like you can do anything. Really, really impressive showing from them earlier, and now they're going to look for a kill. They spot out Mr. Winter Wyvern. LeBron trying to get within range for the stun, is going to be able to connect, and he's going to already try and run away. Winter's, or rather the Arctic Burn, allows him to head off to the side, and well, it might still not be enough. They can't get within range for the stun there to the low ground. And with it, trying to body block Lil, not going to be able to do it. They get away. And are they actually still going to be able to get the runes? Artez? All right.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Looks like nothing real crazy ended up happening either way. Everyone's just going to get their double bounty rune and walk to lane.
We'll take that.
Lil gets it up. Fortunately, no points in Greevil's grade yet. Wants that stun. So we'll have to wait and see how that lane works out, which is Alchemist and a Sand King. How does this guy do in lane?
Well, Alchemist is a low base armor hero, so with no stout shield, he's definitely not going to do great. Up against probably... No, he is the highest base armor in the game for sure, terribly, level 1. Yeah. It's not going to be great. The Sand King, though, is good against TV because of Caustic alone, so when General hits level 2, looks like they're going to be trying to go on to the Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, Reflection is already out and trying to slow them down. SM just backs out again, and yeah, Lil cannot trade hits with the Terrorblade.
Yeah, neither one of them can. Like, General needs Caustic before he can start right-clicking this guy. So Artest realizes, like, how strong he is in this matchup until at least level 2. And once he gets 2, and the, Navi gets 2 as well, at least he'll still have meta.
Right. In the other lanes, Crystallize, as well as LeBron, trying to deal with the Underlord, who is about to hit level 2 himself. This is a nice start for Orbit already, and should be able to continue to have a nice time here. He's going to get punched a few more, but... it's not easy to zone out the Underlord early, particularly once he gets that second point.
I think this is a good lane for it, though, because Atrophy Aura, it reduces base damage, and Lunar Blessing is all plus damage, too. So you're going to have 2 heroes like simultaneously hitting you for plus 14, 22, etc. It's Fervian. They do pick up the first blood on Dendi, the bottom as well.
Oh god, trying to take him down, almost able to get Lil, and General is going to live, it looks like. Very, very close. Yeah, it actually ended up being an Orb of Venom tick that killed off Dendi there. So it's not going to be a kill for the Gyrocopter.
When you die to Orb of Venom, it feels super bad. Speaking of dying, DSM going for the tree juke. No way.
We're left to go. They got him caught, and going to be able to get that kill. Doesn't end up being able to... He's still got the bounty rune. So worth, maybe? Who knows?
I mean, in his situation, it's not really much he can do. Like, the lucky thing for him is that his safe laner is actually not really being pressured that much.
Oh, and Orbit gets the kill with the Firestorm. Witch Doctor was just getting ran down there. Lil trying to go for a courier, but that haster, and it's a little bit too much to ask for. So, a couple kills going the way of MEGA-LADA early.
Honestly, I don't know how an Underlord kills anyone in lane. That's just, like, insane to me that you can die to an Underlord in lane. That's like, I don't know. Because I mean, sure, the hero does a fair amount of damage, but he doesn't. He's 290 base movement speed, and he has no boots.
It was the last hit for him. The tusk did the majority of the work, and then TP'd away. So he just got ran down by him. But yeah.
Yeah, this is not too bad of a laning situation, as they're going to kill Dendi again in the mid lane. This Tusk is just putting in absolute work, dude. This is, I guess, one of the big problems about putting the Pugna mids when you have a gyro matchup. And they knew it was going to be a mid gyro as soon as they picked the Terror, or the Terror Blade, because there's nowhere else really that he can go.
Yeah. And
I don't really think people are much playing like the 4th position gyro anymore. So this hero just snowballs in, there's a rocket on Dendi, and he can't decrep. That's the biggest problem.
Right. Well, more kills. They end up taking down Lil while Orbit. Looks like he is going to be able to salve to survive. So, yes, I'm able to get that one. In general, also taking some damage. This is not looking great right now for Navi. And this is something you mentioned the other day about like the ET making rotations. It kind of feels the same way with Lil. Like if there's somebody getting dove, Lil can't really go to try and save them by like TPing. There's just no real response.
Yeah, the concoction takes a pretty long time to charge, and then on top of that, it also has the travel time too. So like you said, it's not ideal for like the quick TP counter gangs. Like a Sand King would do his job way better. So this is one of those situations where General's probably going to have his work cut out for him.
Trying to again focus back Artez, who had such a good game last time. In the later stages, at least, on the Spectre. Early game, not so much. But it is still the Luna getting a lot top CS right now, with Sand King up there pretty heavily and the Pugna. So in spite of the deaths, they're still leading to net worth.
Yeah, I mean, the Sand King is obviously going to get a lot, because we talked about how, like, as he gets levels, he's going to start to do better against the Terrorblade. And when Artez doesn't have meta, there's not really, like, much they can do in way of getting a kill, especially since his support is a Wyvern. And Wyvern is not known for offering a tremendous amount of kill potential unless your safe lane hero has its own form of damage output and or disable. So looks like Lil is going for the wraparound mid.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
I mean, he just lost all his HP. He's going right back to the base, Fervian.
Yeah.
Another kill. The boy. He is just all over the place, man.
He is making things happen for this team here, and gonna end up rotating mid now as well. Can set up on Dendi again if Dendi is not careful. Lil, yeah, ends up thinking about using the Shrine now. The last couple minutes for him have been a little bit rough, as he wants to try and go and get a stack, I guess, or just head over and secure the bounty runes instead.
I don't know, when you see a position 4 solo Shrine, you know that guy's tilted. That's like... Oh, he missed the Maledict.
And he's not able to get the bounty rune either. Trying to take down Orbit, they still are going to be able to find that kill. But no bounty rune for Lil, and now they're also going to be able to chase down this Chuck, and LeBron just trying to get away. It's not going to happen.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Wow.
I mean, Navi are still getting like the better like overall farm, I guess, out of the lanes, even though the rotations in Fervian are doing a tremendous amount. Like he's already level 4 at 6 minutes as a position 4. You compare that to Lil, like he just hit 3. Fortunately, though, he does have his medallion already, benefit of the Grievel's Creed, giving him that crazy gold income from the bounty runes. And to be honest, the longer the game goes, it's going to be even better.
Yeah.
Because he gets the multiplier, and the new bounty runes give a ton of gold, but they don't give any XP.
Right. Well, and now he can also potentially deal that much more damage, a physical damage stun for the Alchemist as well. You combo that together with the medallion and actually start to deal some pretty significant damage.
Yeah, you get level 20 and it increases the damage to 800 instead of 4 at max charge.
Oh god.
Basically like getting a Laguna in the face, but a physical Laguna.
A physical Laguna. That sounds like it should be a band name.
It probably is a metal band somewhere.
Fervian spots out Lil. There's the Burrow Strike trying to turn this one. They have the Maledict bomb as well, but there's going to be the heal. Epicenter might be enough there, and they are going to be able to find that kill. LeBron Dota, though, being ran down by Artez. He doesn't have another reflection, but that movement speed is going to ensure the kill on the Witch Doctor. Still, though, they're losing other heroes than Lil. Needing to walk away now as Artez is in the area. He ends up conjuring some images. They can set up the stun if he wants. But Gyrocopter going to finish that off. And now General also going to be forced to Burrow Strike to the other side of these shards, most likely. As he was waiting for the snowball to go out, and well, Burrow strikes the low ground, gets killed by the creeps. Nice play.
Yeah, he definitely made the correct play in waiting there. A lot of Sand Kings would have just instantly stunned, and then the snowball would have followed them over the shards, and he would have died anyway. So, yeah, that was really nice patience there. And, you know, he gets himself denied, so that's a little bit more time spent dead, but hey, at least he didn't give away the gold in the XP.
Absolutely. So, macro sense of how this game is unfolding for you, do you feel like Navi are fairly happy with their laning stage?
I mean, it's definitely gonna get better before it gets worse, if that makes sense, because their heroes are still getting levels and stuff, as we're gonna see Artes actually get picked off with Dendi and General in the bottom lane, so they're gonna get a kill on the Terrorblade as well, which is great. Like, that's one of the big things. So now that the Pugna 7, the level 4 Nether Blast, and having the Luna with the Eclipse available, they can choose to fight if they want, and they can also take like all the tier 1s with not a whole heck of a lot of risk. I mean, sure, you still gotta watch out for the snowball initiation and things like that, but I think that Navi are still feeling okay with the game.
Dendi just going to take a couple of these pot shots from the tower wall, aiming out another blast. Of course, this is the problem that they're going to run into. Winter Wyvern's so good at T-push and has 2 points up in that Splinter Blast. She's probably going to be maxing that first continually.
Yeah, just wait until he gets 7 and he has Arcanes. It's going to be real difficult to get a wave to a tower.
One shot's range creeps, if I remember right. Super good stuff. And also, we didn't really talk about it, but that stun coming from Alchemist once the damage later, you just go for a cold embrace and suddenly it's doing nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to disjoint that spell. That's maybe its biggest downfall. So, like, because of that, oh, bottom lane, General.
Taking some damage. Does still have the Burrow Strike, going to get hit by both of those nukes. Slowed down for the moment. The D-Crep, though, and trying to stay alive, but the Gyrocopter chasing, they managed to get out with the Sand King. And now the stun onto Artes as well. He's taking a lot of damage. Just have Sunder available, though.
Top tower
So he should be fine here.
Just what that
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Now, this is a lot of movement this time around. Like, last game, it was MEGA-LADA pretty much on the back foot for minute 1, and then they just kind of huddled up inside of their base for 20 minutes and then just came out and just won the game. This time around, it's both teams just going for the kill.
No backing down at all. And Dendi is going to move down here and try and see if he can secure the tower. They still have the Winter Wyvern in the area, but it looks like they're planning on giving this one up and heading to greener pastures, maybe. Or maybe not.
I don't know if they can hold bottom. Pretty sure this tower is just dead. Like, PSM's down here, but yeah, you can't really do much about the Pugna blasting. And that's kind of what I meant about the non-committal push. Like, you can see Dendi's even rushing that Aether Lens. It's so safe to just, like, blast the tower and back out that not a lot of teams feel comfortable initiating, because you have to go so deep just to be able to get that one kill. And if you do that, you know, General, you don't know if he has Blink yet. Like, he's close, but he doesn't quite have it yet. But it's just the danger of, like, okay, if we commit to this fight, we're going to get pulled out of position, more or less.
And now you have the more pressure that's going on here in the bottom lane as well. A snowball coming in. Tusk wanting to take this fight with the Gyrocopter, but now they're always surrounded. If they get cast right here, it's really bad. They are going to be able to break the Witch Doctor ulti, though. And now LeBron trying to run, but he is going to die. They do manage to defend their tier 2, and they find a kill on the way out.
He wanted the cast really badly, but they saw him in time. Really nice reaction there from the Gyro to walk away, realizing that he was the target of it. They're going to go ahead and pop a smoke, so MEGA-LADA looking to make something happen here. They do have a deep ward inside of Navi's jungle. They're going to be able to spot out Lil for the time being, but that is about it. Maybe go for a wraparound on Dendi.
Could be nice. He is down here in the top lane. They are looking just maybe to run straight at him. They do have Pit of Malice, which could be a nice way to start off in the snowball initiation. Dendi in trouble and dead. Got some damage onto the tier 1. Also, it's going to be Lil TPing away.
That's what we call the bait ward. He had a ward behind the tower, so he thought he was safe because he didn't see anything, obviously, because they were smoked. So that, like, lures you into this false sense of security, and then you just get smoke ganked and feel real bad about it.
Yeah. Lil has 6 and a Blink Dagger now on this Alchemist. So he has been able to quietly farm himself up to the 4th net worth, actually, in this game. Just
Yeah, he's massive. The hilarious thing about it is he got 7 creep kills. He has 7 creep kills, but he's got this much net worth. Go bounty runes.
That's crazy. I mean, how good is this?
Bottom tower is under attack.
We haven't really seen him do that much with it yet.
Well, I mean, he's got a way to start a fight. He's relatively tanky because of the medallion, and he gets the regen from the chemical ridge. Oh, they're going to kill Arctos for sure.
Oh, jump forward. A lot of damage. Burrow strike afterwards, and they get it. All right, this is pretty nifty. And he's going for an Ags next.
Yeah, I'm really curious who he gives it to. Maybe he gives it to Luna? Like, having the added tankiness during the early game and the capability of just throwing out that ridiculous magic damage during a team fight would be really cool to see.
And as a way to, like, I mean, obviously far away from thinking about it, but, like, sieging high ground, if there's no creep waves in there, you just drop it on the high ground, and they need to back out. They won't have BKBs in time.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see who he gives it to. I still think Luna's probably, like, the best. You could give it to Dendy, too, since he's going to be the one also, like, pushing the tower, given that added survivability and the life drain buff.
All right, Crystallize runs into PSM. They're going to back out, though. Thought about popping the ultimate, but not going to go for it. Looks like with that, the wraparound coming from Dendy, is he going to try and do something here? Maybe isolate one hero. And keeping their eyes on it, there's going to be the initiation, and they blow up that Winter Wyvern.
You were just thinking of...
Yeah, no muss, no fuss. That's just a quick kill. But you can see the distance, like how far away Dendy can hit these blasts from. Because you basically can target where the center of the blast is going to go, and then the edge is really the only thing that needs to hit the tower. So you can blast from outside of tower range.
Yeah. Very nice stuff there. Call down is going to come. Crystallize backs out again, and they're going to be able to hit another one of those. But as you said, outside of tower range, just going to continually nether blast. Dendy going for another round of it. How do they punish this?
They need a way to get in with more than one hero. Like, a snowball is okay, but the later the game goes, like, there's going to be a force F coming out on him, and I'm assuming General's going to get one too. So eventually the snowball will not be a quick enough initiation. They need, like, a blink into an immediate kill,
right,
or they need to pressure the side lane so much that Navi back off.
And you did see there as well, Alchemist throwing down the acid spray so that way he can allow Luna to farm the Ancients a little bit faster. So all these things working in conjunction to try and help out his allies a little bit, get what they need.
It's definitely been a little bit, I wouldn't say a better start for Navi, but maybe they're feeling a bit more comfortable with themselves this game. I like the Pugna pick a lot, and he's been playing it recently quite a few times.
It feels like a comfort draft that they might have, like, tried a couple times or something in scrims, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I could definitely see Lil being a position 4 AUG player. Like that, he does have a tendency to farm a lot, so this kind of fits his playstyle. Just having a lot of net worth and being able to potentially pull his team that net worth if need be.
Picked up a lot of those. He's going to stick around, be able to tank for his Luna as well. As they start to clear through these Ancients, he has now 2 components of the Aghanim Scepter. Luna finishes these guys off.
Radiant's middle tower.
A lot of gold in the coffers. Sanj and Yasha done for her. They take down the mid-tier 1 tower. It's all coming up gravy for Navi.
Yeah, it seems like they're gearing up for some kind of mid-game push. Like, normally you would see the Manta, obviously, but there's actually so much, like, wave clear and AoE on the side of MEGA-LADA that the Manta illusions would just, like, instantly die. Yeah. And I guess besides, like, Arctic Burn, there's not really that much to Manta this game. I guess you can Manta Pit, but you gotta be careful because if you don't move fast enough, you'll just get rooted again.
Yeah. So, thinking about the way that MEGA-LADA need to defend this, what's the play for them now? Do they just try and, like, hold out for Terrorblade to get farmed, or how do they want to respond to this?
Well, the Terrorblade farming is obviously, like, that needs to happen no matter what.
Right.
That guy doesn't get farmed, the scan's gonna get real hard real quick. But most of the time when you see a team like doing these types of pushes with a Pugna, you want to try to get a smoke and a wraparound on them if you can. Because you want to hit them from a way they're not expecting. Okay, Dendy.
Trouble, caught there with the shards, and actually going to try and turn it now with the life drain, but he is going to take a lot of damage here, and looks like will eventually be falling while bottom lane, they pressure the tower. General ends up going down as well, so Navi lose 2. And they don't get the tower top within deny range.
Yeah, then he was pretty much isolated, and then they had two heroes like smoke together in the mid lane, and then I guess General was also kind of by himself, and Crystallize was just farming. I don't know, that seemed very disjointed, like everyone was everywhere, trying to get a little bit too much out of the map, I suppose.
Kind of lacking that central focus. Mask of Madness out. I want to see how much gold he gets for these bounty runes. This Alchemist. 332 gold. And he has almost an Aghanims.
I'm telling you, man, it's ridiculous. Like, just wait until late game, because I've had games, you know, like 50, 60 minutes where you start to get like 250 gold. That's going to be like 750 to 800 gold for an Alchemist.
Yeah, it's insane. And they're giving him the farm as well. They want to finish off this Aghs. And BKB almost there for the Luna as well. It's a 7,000 gold lead right now for Navi.
Yeah, it's because their position 4 has the second highest net worth in the game.
Yeah. Like,
literally half their net worth lead is Lil.
So, one thing that I'm a little bit concerned about, the way that gold changes have worked out is if you do have like one of these heroes that's just crazy mega farmed and then they die, it gives so much more gold to the enemy. So if they do give this to Crystallize, he's gonna have like double the net worth of the next highest in the game. If he dies, I have no idea how much gold he's gonna give.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, he's just gonna explode into a pinata of $ when he dies. Like, if he dies. I mean, clearly with the BKB and the... If he gets the pooled Aghanims, he's gonna be so freaking tanky.
Yeah.
And they're not really gonna be able to use their magic burst to kill him. And if you compare him to the TB, looks like then he's gonna be dropping again here in the bottom lane. But, yeah, if you compare him to the TB, it's like the TB has a Dragon Lance.
Yeah.
And Crystallize is gonna have like what, 3, 4 completed items?
Yeah.
Like, good God, man!
Look at this! Look at his net worth! It's crazy. Yeah, he is at 2,000 HP. That BKB is going to be coming out very shortly. So, do you just have to hit this timing super hard now, or is it okay to like sit back and farm a little bit?
I think you go for it. At the very least, force the tier 2s. Like, there's no reason not to take the tier 2s. They're gonna look at that Luna and go, "Good Lord, how do we kill that?"
Yeah.
And then they're probably gonna sack their towers. So that being said, like, even if you have 1 or 2 people kind of straggling, you got to be real careful because you can put the Luna Aghs on like the Sand King, for example, and he just blinks in.
Right.
And then he blinks stun someone, and he doesn't even need to eclipse. That hero is dead.
Well, it's going to be Aegis. They know what they want to do. They want to get Crystallized to this indomitable state and then never leave as they go for their push. And you've got things. Underlord has his pipe, but BKBs, they're not online really. Oh, wait, no. Gyrocopter just finished this.
So wait, I need to look how long this lasts because the Aghanims eclipse actually lasts longer. Yeah, scepter duration is 5.4 seconds. So okay, a 10-second BKB is definitely more than enough.
Yeah.
But when you get down to 5, it actually lasts longer than the BKB duration.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, they're trying to put a little catch there and a kill onto Lil. So they lose the Alchemist. Might slow down their push a little bit. It's still 30 seconds before he's back up. Did they go without him? There's no way, right?
I mean, they could probably still take the tier 2s, to be honest. Again, they have the Pugman.
Yeah.
Like, we've been focusing a lot on Crystallize and like how farm he is, because yeah, it's fun to see. Like, he's just a giant.
Yeah.
But this is kind of a situation where the Pugman really shines. Even if you're down a hero, you just get the damage on that tower for no real risk.
This has got to be the highest net worth Luna in a competitive game at this point, ever. As they've been able to find now the Underlord, gonna start to burn through him. No, they turn it around! God. Oh, Dendi! Oh no. And now they're pulling for more. The Eclipse comes out, though, starting to deal the damage. They haven't popped a BKB for Gyro. He goes down. Furbian's gonna fall. A double kill. The Axe Luna. Oh god.
Yeah, that's the good old Yamato cannon, you know? You just get stunned and you can't even pop your BKB because you freaking die so fast. And now Luna's already got 3,000 gold again. So he's, what, about halfway to his butterfly, a little bit more than that. And I mean, yeah, they lose Dendi. It was a really nice curse coming in from TSM.
Yeah.
But that was a showcase of the strength of this hero at the 22-minute game, where he's got 20,000 net worth.
Yeah, more than double the next two. He is not going to slow down anytime soon. And my God. I guess, though, again, if you can manage to kill him, somebody is going to get so much freaking gold.
Radiant's top tower.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think they probably want to try to wait out the Aegis for sure. Like, fighting into that just seems really scary, especially since the TB wants 20. Like, that's the point where the Terrorblade starts to pull away from the Luna and, like, the straight-up fights, and when that hero starts to become scary because you get the reflection cooldown talent. So, in every 6 seconds, you know, you're walking in there, it's almost permanent reflection. There's, like, a 0.5 second window where you're not going to have it on you. And that's when it gets really annoying.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Lil just going to throw out a stun there onto the Underlord. He's trying to farm towards the Battle Fury, so Lil wants to get towards some net worth himself as they're bringing in heroes. The Pit of Malice, it's down now onto the Luna, and they're going to be able to find the shards onto Dandy. The stun is going to be there as well. Snowball forward for more. They want to take this fight. There's going to be a call down. They're leaving the Luna completely alone. Does not have her Eclipse though, and now the turnaround. They're able to isolate them with the Winter Wyvern ultimate. Navi is starting to fall, and Crystallize is all alone. Her BKB is going to start to fall down as well. Can they turn this back around? Orbit trying to deal the damage that they can. TSM, though, is going to be brought down, and they just can't deal with this Luna. Aegis is still going to be there, even if they manage to find one kill. A double for Crystallize. Come at me.
Man, that Luna is just... it's like a siege engine. He's going to have a Satanic probably within the next, like, what, 3 or 4 minutes farming at this rate? And then they can't even kill him the first time. Like, this TB needs an MKB, like, immediately. And I don't think he's going to have time to farm it. I mean, Navi, they don't want to give him the time. Let's see how long it's on the Aegis.
It's another minute.
Yeah, it's like 1 minute. Okay, so the Aegis might fade before they go high ground again, which is a good thing for MEGA-LADA, because if it was up, I would say that they probably lose Iraq's almost guaranteed, unless there's some, like, God-tier Winter's Curse. Right. And they manage to kill, like, the Pugna or something. Because if the Pugna dies, it actually does become a little bit more difficult for them to push. And how Luna works normally... Oh, Crystallize. Not throwing out the ulti. Just gonna let him walk away. But yeah, Luna is great at killing the base after the tier 3 is dead. But before the tier 3 is dead, it's actually kind of annoying because you're really only a 330 ranged hero.
Yeah. And
that's not that big. So they need Dendy to actually kill the tier 3 when the Aegis is down. And then Crystallize can walk up and hit afterwards, because then the glaives start bouncing around and killing everyone.
They do need to be a little bit careful here, though. Only 20 seconds until the Aegis expires. If they take this fight right now, there's going to be Dendy starting to fall down low. They're going to kill him off. Almost not quite there. Now thinking about turning here. It's a scary one. It looks like they are not going to fully commit to this. Navi realizing that Aegis could expire and retreat.
You know, the sad part is that Rocket actually saved Dendy's life.
Yeah.
Because he rocketed the Luna and then he put out the curse, and Crystallize wasn't attacking Dendy for like the first couple of seconds. But yeah, there goes the Aegis. No more second life there for Crystallize. This 14k net worth lead is almost entirely the Luna, by the way. Like, it is 11 of the 14,000 leads.
And now should die to the Maledict. They managed to find that kill. Crystallize. He doesn't have the Aegis. Might be in some trouble still as the BKB, though, turning to fight. Crystallize falling low. They're able to kill him down. He is going to end up dying. They take that kill, but it costs them so much. Artis gets the Sunder off, and now the walk away as they're looking for more. The stun is there onto the Sand King. A triple kill for Artis. Are they really going to do this again? Oh, God. Lil chasing forward for the gyrocopter. They want this kill badly. Dendy gets stunned. They do take down the gyro. And the quiet storm of Lil is going to start to be brewed as he's got 4k in the bank.
That Terrorblade just got so much money from that fight, man. That was a really sick Sunder, too. I feel so bad for LeBron because he had a really good positioning, but the range on Sunder is just... It's so much bigger than you think it is, and he got hit while he was channeling his Death Ward, and ultimately he wasn't able to take him down. That was a bummer. The thing about the next couple of fights is that if Artest decides to go straight for the MKB, just to have the kill potential, that Luna's going to die a hell of a lot faster now.
Yeah.
And that's going to start to pose a bit of a problem, because again, during the draft we mentioned how Luna is like... It's good against Terrorblade in the sense that you can farm really fast, right, and kind of brute force it, you know, like an anti-mage would. You just get a ton of items real quick, boom, game over. But the longer the game goes, the harder it's going to be for him to fight against a Terrorblade. And yeah, Artest does have the MKB queued up now.
And you have the level 20 on the Terrorblade too. So even if Luna can't necessarily hit herself with the illusions, it's going to be hitting all the rest of that team. And she is still just a monstrosity in this game. Does get the queued up next Satanic as well as what looks like a Lincoln Sphere. But
yeah, I think so. Because he doesn't want to get jumped anymore by the Winter's Curse and stuff. Because if he gets cursed, for example, I guess this team doesn't really do that much damage to him, but he doesn't want homing missiles hitting him either. But in the meantime, you know, we've been talking a lot about this this Luna. Look at Lil's net worth, please.
yeah, I know. He's a monster.
He is the second highest net worth on his team. He's got a Battle Fury and a Mjolnir.
And a Blink Dagger. So he's getting on top of people. And looks like they want to go check Roshan. Possible to respawn 15 minutes. Vision, though. Who do they find?
You mean the seconds, right?
Oh, yeah. That's what I meant. Burrow. Hit a Malice onto 2. They need to run, though. Artez is there. They blow up 1. The Eclipse comes out. It's not really doing all that much damage, though, with all the BKBs. They are destroying, though, and Artez needs to get that Sunder off. He Sunders the other side. Crystallize starting to take some damage, but not enough. Epicenter, Burrow strike. They caught themselves the Terrorblade, and he goes down. No buyback. Do they have an answer for this at all? They want to desperately kill off Crystallize, but it's not going to happen. Lil, in the end, is going to carry this one. And my God, swing it back again.
Lil's like, alright, if you guys can't carry the game with me giving you an Aghanims, I'll just carry it myself. I'll just build these farming items, you know? There's no buyback on the Terrorblade either. He all in for the MKB, so this is going to be a very hard defense.
They do have great high ground. Dendi actually going to try and heal up Crystallize now, realizing they need to make sure this Luna does not go down.
Radiant's
And the
top
slow
tower
hits
is under attack.
the Nether Blast. They have finally the Satanic, but needing a person to go onto their Winter Wyvern, looking for the initiation, as well as the jump forward onto the Gyrocopter. Lil trying to take him down. They're not able to do it yet. Crystallize still alive, just barely.
I'll dig that.
Stun, though, is going to be there, and Lil, starting to fall himself, is going to be punished for this, it looks like. Is got a nice little chunk of change for themselves, picking up that Alchemist kill.
I mean, that was 1,000 gold for a position 4 hero. Alright, he just buys back right away. Doesn't even care. He's like, yep, I'm Alchemist. No more buyback penalty. I'm just... That's a 452 gold bounty rune. He just got 900. He just made his money back. Literally with 2 bounty runes.
From buying back. Ain't bad. But the rest of his team is in a bit of a pickle as Crystallize trying to take him down. Never mind, the Glaives are bouncing. They need to run as quick as possible. Winter's Curse doesn't end up connecting because of the BKB on Crystallize, keeping him out of it. Now Orbit's starting to get ran through by this Luna, but is going to be able to live. So they lose the Gyrocopter again, dead for 80.
That Luna is a beast. With the Satanic finish, there's no way they can kill him.
And Artez caught again, and they're not able to get the Sunder off. Both cores dead for 70 seconds, and Lil is about to beat the hell out of PSM. This one's feeling like it's maybe over.
Yeah, this is definitely GG, I think. Like, I don't know how you stop the Luna. Like, honestly, he could probably just walk into the base by himself and just kill the base.
Luna runs forward there and just going to start to destroy Orbit. He does not stand a chance. And well played is the call from General, waiting for those GGs. It just eclipsed inside the fountain. Oh, no respect. Well played. They just take him down. GG, well played is called.
All right. The position 4 Alchemist ends the game with more net worth than a Terrorblade. That's, that was some Dota that we just witnessed. I mean, I guess it shows the strength of the hero. Like, he had 7 creep kills and managed to get, like, a medallion and a blink dagger at, like, what was it, 15 minutes or something like that?
Yeah.
It was pretty ridiculous timing. And that, you know, add to the fact that it didn't really pressure Crystallize at all in his lane. Because even though he did get pulled in Aghanims, which is like 4,200 net worth on top of what he had, he was still just huge. So I would say that even without the Alchemist giving him the Aghanims, he probably still would have been formidable in the game.
And this doesn't, the GPM here I think is a little bit off also. It should be a little bit higher since that was traded over. I guess it was Lil that generated all that GPM. But still, a really, really good game from Navi. And I guess you snap pick the Alchemist together with the Sand King in the first phase. Is that something that you're going to want to ban out in the next round for MEGA-LADA here? Do they think about taking away the Alchemist?
I think it works because of the two cores they picked with it. I think that the Luna and the Pugna kind of lend itself really well to playing with that type of hero because between the Sand King, the Witch Doctor, and the Alk, you pretty much had 0 hitting potential, right? Yeah. So you need like heavy siege heroes in the mid and the safe lane in order to make those kind of supports and offlane function. So I think they found this like good middle ground of being able to say, okay, we'll open with these 2 heroes. It's kind of confusing because the enemy team doesn't know what's going on, clearly. Yeah. And then we'll seal it out with like 2 heroes that not only can receive Aghanims if the game goes long enough, but we can also push.
Right.
So I think it was just an idea that they had or a plan that Lil maybe wanted to execute at one of the games, and it definitely worked wonders. But I don't know if Alchemist is necessarily ban material.
Okay. Well, we'll have to see if they don't want to face off against it, or if maybe Navi don't even want to go back to it. Maybe this is just that ace in the hole and they don't even want to try it out again. But we will see in just a few. Game number 3 right around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Elimination match. It all comes down to this for MEGA-LADA and Navi. Stick around. More from the MDL CIS qualifiers right after this.